Alrighty guys, welcome back to the live stream here. We're going to be talking about some of the top stocks that I am keeping on watch for this week here. I'm going to just go ahead and send this to everyone before we get started here. So I do apologize. I haven't been feeling 100%. That's why I did miss the past two live streams, and I do apologize for that, but I was not feeling 100%. I don't think it was, the COVID, but I just didn't feel too great. So we're going to be just talking about some of the top stocks that I'm going to be keeping on watch here for this coming up week here. The very first one here, we can just go ahead and hop in it. And if you guys want me to go ahead and look up any stocks, just go ahead and ask them in the chat here, and then I'll put them in. But one of the stocks here is ticker symbol CBZ here. This stock here has some overall resistance at 28.73 here. Some more resistance here at 26, and then more here at 25. You guys can see the resistance levels right in there. More support here at 22, and then some more support here at this 200 moving average line. You guys can see that this stock likes to hug it, but we do get some buying pressure coming back up here in 25, sell off. 25, sell off here. I do think it's going to use this overall 200 moving average line as some support here. It is kind of in that middle ground, but I do think we'll probably get some buying pressure back up to 25, get a little breakout to 26 here. If it breaks out from 26, then it can go up to those highs again at 28 here. This stock does not pay a dividend, but I do think it definitely has some potential. The next stock here that I want to go ahead and look at is ticker symbol GPI. This one here, you guys can see that we did get some overall sell-off here all the way down to 26 and has been rallying up. It used that old resistance as some new support, so you guys can see comes in contact with that same price action, buying pressure coming back up to 26. I definitely think we have some room from 26 to 36 right in that window of opportunity. Stock pays a dividend, 30 cents a quarter. Pretty solid deal there. Another one here that I just want to go ahead and pull up, I believe is VHC. I believe it's, yes. Okay, this stock here is hitting some support here. I hopped in here at 509. I'm up a couple cents here, setting stops here right below the $5 mark. So risking 11 cents or 9 cents really for a stock to come back up to this old resistance here. 9 cents to make 40 cents. Good return on investment there. One of the stocks here that I want to go ahead and look at as a short opportunity, I believe is what I wrote down, is Roku. ROKU here. You guys can see how this stock has rallied up, hitting some resistance here. I do think we will probably get some sell-off back down to 280. Really, this stock here is up so much because of kind of everything going on. A lot of these tech stocks have been very, very inflated here. I do think the stock's a little overvalued in the short term, but still does carry a little long-term potential here. It's up 2.5%, hitting that resistance. I do think we'll get some temporary sell-off at least here. So that is one that I want to look at for a short opportunity there. Another one here that I want to go ahead and look at is Work, WORK. You guys can see this stock has exploded in buying pressure. I do think it should probably get some sell-off here. I do think this is another good short opportunity. Look at this explosion of buying pressure. Really hit that old resistance, consolidated, you guys can see, for a minute, and it really exploded back up. Stock's trading at 44. I do think we'll come back down and test that overall resistance as some new support here. You could risk probably $2 to make $2, 1-to-1 ratio. Not too bad. Always look for like 2-to-1, 3-to-1. That's always better there. What else do I have? Did we cover TPH? Another one here that I wanted to look at. TPH here. This stock is another good opportunity to buy, in my opinion. We could just draw out those overall trend lines and look at that. Boom. Stock is getting buying pressure almost every single time it hits that overall trend. I do think we'll have some room from 1720 to at least 1850. Set stops. You could honestly set the stops right below the 200 moving average line because you guys can see it's used it as some overall support here. I do think it's just a matter of time before we get some buying pressure coming back up. What do I think of Boeing? It's far from all-time highs, but seems to be pulling back up recently. Let's go ahead and pull it up on BA. So this is Boeing here. You guys can see that it really, all right, so it does look like it's going to be testing this overall resistance. Let me just draw it out so you guys can see. So it does look like it's going to be testing this overall resistance here from 235 here. So that is that pretty strong resistance. Right now it's breaking above a 70 on the RSI. Maybe a little short-term sell-off here would be kind of expected. But as far as long-term potential, I don't know much about the fundamentals here. Let's go ahead and look at the 3-year chart. 3-year chart here, you guys can see that pretty much over the past 2 years, we've had some sell-off here in this stock here. Highs at $400 and pretty much $50. Breakthrough. So if we just go ahead and draw this trend out from highs all the way down to the price action, you guys can see that this is maybe a good opportunity for a couple of reasons. If it doesn't break above really this resistance here, because that resistance is going to be the overall trend resistance and this price action resistance. You guys can see how it forms this little wedge here. If we get a breakout of this price action right in here, I do think we could get some buying pressure coming back up to probably this high here. I think that's a little gap to fill right in there at 338. But the question is, will it sell off? I do think probably some short-term sell-off. I think that we have multiple resistance lines ahead. So we have the price action, trend, and this 200 moving average line. We probably will get some sell-off, but as a long-term investor, this could be a good opportunity to get into it because it's still, almost 50% off those highs. That's the thing. So it's 48% off the highs. So as far as the long-term growth, look at the cash on hand, look at the debt, look at the revenue, make sure it's growing. And look, I know that they were in some works with some other companies or something to develop some more planes. So look at all the fundamentals for that as a long-term investor. But as far as a swing trade, we'll probably get some sell-off either at the 250 mark or even 245 area, just because of all these resistance lines. But that still doesn't mean it can't break above it. That's the thing. But this is a good one to at least keep on watch here. Resistance, we'll probably get some sell off. That's my opinion here. You guys can see it is down a little today, or last Friday, 1.8%. But that's just my opinion on it. The whole market though has been, I believe, pretty crazy. Look at this. We have this beautiful V pattern, broke out of that resistance, no signs of stopping it. The market probably is due for a little sell-off this week. That's just my opinion before we get into the major holidays coming up. We'll probably get some sell-off back down to probably $330, if not $325. I don't know. There's so much going on, guys. So with Boeing, just do the research. I think it's probably a little overvalued in the short term, but maybe undervalued in the long term. But yeah, so those were some of the stocks here to keep on watch here. We had... I wanted to go ahead and show you guys something. But if you have any stocks, do you think Tesla will sell off upon entry of the S&P 500? I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's pull up the chart. So you guys can see Tesla has hit 600, sold off here to pretty much 550, and got bought up. You guys can see by this candlestick. You see how just that line that means we've gotten buying pressure in there. So for it to sell off here, I think it probably won't. That's my opinion. Tesla, there's so much news that's going to be coming out with Tesla in the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. It probably won't sell off. I would be surprised if it does, to be honest. So for a swing trade, I honestly wouldn't mess with this one right now. But as a long term, Tesla still could be undervalued in the long term. That's the thing. This company, guys, it doesn't even make sense. Pretty much you buy high and you sell higher. So me looking at it at $600, all signs say it's overvalued, but all the signs said in here it was overvalued. So, perfect strategy, like I always preach, is dollar cost averaging. You get a good average price on your shares for the long term, So I don't know. Tesla is just one of those stocks where it rips off the slightest news. It's very heavily traded. Look at this. This is traded in the millions in here. So upon arrival of the S&P 500, that will probably give it more of a momentum to push up. I don't know. I set my price target at 650 all the way when I bought 10 grand at 300 and then scaled in at 390, then 425. I set my price target at 600 and 650. And I set my price target as a year and a half out. So now it's almost, it hit my price target, one of them at 600. So technically I should start scaling out, but this is a long-term position. So it's very, very hard to judge off this stock here because there's so much momentum behind it. There's so many investors just constantly buy up shares of this. So it's hard to judge. It really is. But you guys can see though, resistance here. If we do get sell off, probably the support would be 550, I would say. That's where I would do a one lump sum at 550. I'll go ahead and create an alert there. But let's go 560. That'll work. Well, why didn't it? There it goes. Yeah, 566 will be a good entry for this one. Yeah, this one's nuts. It's hard to judge. We have. Do you think Square is still a good buy? Yeah, I do. I think Square has a lot of long-term potential. I think there's probably a good swing trade opportunity with this stock here. I called it out here at 200 for a swing back up to 215. I thought it was going to curl down, test that support right in here, and curl back up, which it's doing. But I do think that Square definitely carries a lot of short-term potential because of, the price of Bitcoin. They make so much money off Bitcoin, guys. It's crazy because they are one of the leaders in buying Bitcoin because you can buy it. I bought mine right on the Cash App, it's called. And literally they charge you $1. And if you compare that to Coinbase charges you 1% to 2% of whatever you invest. So I think this stock does have, and the customer acquisition, brick and mortar banks, it's $2,000 a customer, compared to Square, which is $20 a customer. So I think they have a lot of long-term potential for sure. 2020 has been a beautiful performance for this, but you should slay this stock with dollar cost averaging. That's what I do all day, or every week, I should say, because that's what I do for these. I don't know. Definitely some strong support at the 90 moving average line. Strongest here, or not, that's the 20. So definitely a lot of momentum behind this. But yeah, do you guys have any other ones you guys want me to look at here? I'm trying to think. I talked about all of the other ones here on my watch. I mean, I have a monthly watch list. Here, let me go ahead and find it for you guys. All right, so one of AutoZone, I have here on it for a monthly, just to keep on watch here. Thought it was AZO. It is. There it is. All right. sell off here. You guys can see this huge sell off from $1,200 all the way down to $700. Beautiful buying pressure. Hit that old resistance here at probably, $1,260, and has been selling off here. We did get some buying pressure coming back into it, but yes, so we are technically still on that short-term sell-off here. I want a break of probably $1,200 for a swing trade. Swing trade from $1,200 back up to, $1,250, $50 a share. Set your stops, right below it here. I think that would be a good swing trade. And this one here is one of the ones that a lot of people think are going to split here in the next couple of years, or in the next year or so, in 2021. So, what's another one here? Jeez, all my notes. Every time I don't touch my phone, it shuts off, so I got to re-log on. Another one here is GLW. We can pull up. You guys can see that it's breaking out of that resistance here. Definitely some room to grow, I think, in the next couple of weeks here. Price target would be at like 42. Just a good one to keep on watch here. Probably needs some momentum. Dividend paying stock. It's a good one to at least keep on watch. Some ETFs that I'm looking at. I'm looking at, VTI. Yeah. VTI here coming up to this old resistance. Doesn't really move a whole lot, but it's a pretty good one to at least keep on watch. NIO. I thought you said no. I'm sorry. Yeah, we can pull it up. I thought when I asked, do you have any stocks? You said no. All right. All right. So this stock here, major sell-off here. I think that there's some support here at that $43 mark. You guys can see that that was its old resistance, so it had some hard time breaking above that price zone. I think it's going to act as some new support for this stock. Maybe do a little consolidating here in between probably 37 and 43. It'll probably just figure out what it's doing for a week or so before we get some fundamental catalyst, some sort of catalyst, news, earnings, stuff like that before we get another push back up. This one here, though, is pretty overvalued. You guys can see it was definitely due for a correction here. RSI was at a 93. Just a matter of time, before we got that sell-off here. Sold off here. I think we'll find support in between 43 and probably $37 a share. That's where I would probably do my one lump sum. If I was going to do it, it's probably at $37 cost average it. If you're up in here, if you're a long-term believer, just average your positions down. And you can still make money off it, no doubt about it. But that's kind of my analysis and my opinion on this one. I honestly think that Tesla, they still have so much potential in the long term. It's crazy. I think looking out, 3-4 years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, oh my gosh, do you remember when NIO was $43 a share? Do you remember when Tesla was $600? I honestly believe that hard. I think we're gonna get extremely, like we already are, but we're gonna get even more dependable on these cars and the technology that they bring. NIO is a little different because they have that subscription model with their batteries, so it's a pretty cool analysis there. Just off that, definitely separates himself though from Tesla, which is neat. But yeah, guys, so that is it. Just a quick live stream for today. If you guys have any questions, ask them. Make sure you guys like it, subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps me out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe out there. Wear those masks, and just have a good rest of the weekend here. And we'll probably see you tomorrow with another episode. And yeah, have a good one, guys. Take care.